Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Closers. Today we have Tierny Jordan, and she's going to tell us how to get more listings with a low marketing budget. So if you're just getting started or you don't have a ton of money to put into your marketing, this is a great video that's going to help you get more listings this month. Let's dive right into the video. Welcome to Coffee with Closers. In this series, we interview top real estate producers that are out there making big things happen in the real estate industry. That way you can learn from their failures and their big wins so you can start winning more in your real estate business. So Tierny, welcome to Coffee with Closers. Thanks for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm excited
to
be here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So the old saying goes, you have to list to last, right? And so many agents get hung up on this. They don't know where to get listings, how to get listings, what they need to do. And oftentimes they get sold expensive lead generation programs that don't even work. So on this video, I'm hoping you can dive in, share some of your advice and share some tips and tricks on how to get some new listings.
Absolutely. So everybody probably knows that video is the thing, right? Video is our secret weapon. So if you have to be able, and in order to make money, you have to be able to deposit value. The more money you want to make, the more value you have to deposit. So one, you have to start there. You have to start with educating yourself about what's going on in the marketplace. And video, in my opinion, is not going out of style. Social media, Google, YouTube, none of that's going away. Right? It gets used more and more. And if you think about video, like if you're searching for something and you want to know how to do something, you would rather watch a video opposed to like read a long article, right? So I think if anybody's thinking about what can I do that's going to return to me with the least amount of money, sit down and do some video like we're doing right now, right?
Yes.
Sit down and do some video about what's going on in your marketplace. What should somebody think about? Is now the right time to sell? Did they miss the opportunity to sell? If they're thinking about selling, what things should they do around the house? There's so much stuff to educate the marketplace on that a lot of sellers don't know about or need more information on or need guidance on. And with video, because Google owns YouTube, right? Google's the number one search engine. YouTube's the number two search engine. Google is going to return the videos organically, right? That you do if it matches what somebody's searching for. So what somebody would normally have to pay when it comes to per click for seller leads, you could get in that same position organically through the video. So I would say if somebody's really serious about getting into getting in front of more sellers and exposing themselves and their business to more sellers, get in that video space.
That makes a ton of sense. Video, so you get those organic inbound, connections that people are organically already searching for, and that makes a lot of sense. So you're pretty much saying just deposit value into the marketplace, create videos that sellers would be looking for, that on keywords that they're searching into YouTube or Google already, and you're going to be the real estate agent that pops up there in that spot.
You're going to be that person that pops up. And the Nielsen rating company, they're the ones who count eyeballs and tell people what to pay for, like the Super Bowl ads. According to them, if somebody consumes at least 3 seconds of your video, you increase their purchase choice intent by like 42%.
Wow.
If somebody watches at least 10 seconds of your video, you increase their purchase choice intent by 72%. So it's significant. And you will, if you have video on your landing page, and you don't have to create like this super expensive or elaborate seller landing page, because most sellers are looking for two things. Like, they want to know what their house is worth through like an online evaluation tool or an offer. So I would suggest go to Google, and it's going to pick up where you are, right? And type in "sell my home" and see whose websites are popping up. What are their ads saying? What are they offering to people to click on their ads? And do something similar to that in terms of your ad structure, right? If you're not sure how to do it.
That makes sense. Okay. And now, do you suggest, in your opinion, tying some kind of a lead capture into that as well? Like, for example, if they make the video on 5 staging tips to get your home ready for the market, and then in that video, maybe wrap something in like, hey, if you're curious about your home's value, click the link below, and we have a CMA that will get sent to your email. You just have to put your name and email address in, and then that way you can follow up. Or are you more of the train of thought like, hey, just make the video, put your phone number there, and they'll reach out?
I think you should send them to the website for sure. Data is king, right? And
Yes.
getting that data, and most people aren't ready to do something right now. They're in that information gathering stage, and they're starting to just look into things. So pulling them into your database, being able to reach out and deposit value into them, because now you have their contact information. So I would do it this way. I would have a CRM that collects partial data. So I would send them to your website. I would have that website have the first step is them putting their address in, right? So give me your address and I'll give you this free report. Or give me your address and I'll give you an offer on your property. At eXp Realty, we have an iBuyer program. So we're able to submit cash offers for properties. So if somebody is thinking about selling their home, they're definitely going to be interested in a value or an offer, right? So collect their address first. And then before you give them either the offer or the report, collect their contact information. If they don't give you their contact information, you've collected partial data. You've collected their address. So you can pull that information in, and you can do a reverse lookup to find their contact info and reach out to them. So we have about 40,000 partials. We call them partials. So we have their addresses. People have been keyword driven. They've come to our website. They've put their address in, but they didn't want to take that next step and give us their contact info. But our system is set up to collect that partial data. And we have people that have been in our system that we've been able to reach out to and end up getting listings from that partial data. But if we didn't have it set up that way, 75% of the leads we have, we wouldn't have them if we were only collecting the data off of the people who gave us their full contact info.
Oh, wow.
So definitely send them to the website, because you need to collect their information so that you can start reaching out to them.
That is awesome. That's a good piece of information, because I know a lot of people, they'll just kind of put it like all or nothing. Like, hey, they put their address in, and if they don't put their name and email, they can't go to the next step. Right. And you just don't want the lead unless it has the full data. So the fact that you collect the partial information and still go after it and prospect it is a good tip, because like you said, it's a big chunk of data that you have there that you wouldn't have if you just shut that part off.
Yes.
That's huge. Okay. And then from that point on, so you're basically doing more of an organic marketing approach with content marketing. And then that leads to a landing page, which is pretty basic, just their address, get a CMA report. And then from that point on, the agent's going to follow up, do their sales process, try to get in touch, make the constant contacts, preferably 12 to 15 touches until it leads to an appointment and maybe a closing.
Yeah. And we set everybody up on market activity report. So we're sending them market activity. So anything, it's just like sending an auto email to a buyer, right? Except for it's to a seller, and we're sending them properties that are similar in size and age and are within close proximity so that they can see what's going on in their market. So even for the people who give us a bogus phone number, a lot of times they give us the right email. So they're getting that report. And we've had people reach out to us thinking like we were sending them these reports manually. And they're like, you stayed in contact with us. We want you to list our home, you know? So
Nice.
definitely turn on some value to go out to them. Don't just let the data sit in there, even if they're not answering the phone as you reach out to them. Definitely send some market activity with that just has market updates so they can see what houses are coming on the market, what houses are going under contract, what houses are selling.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And you're using Boomtown to do that right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And something I used to actually do a little hack before I got all the systems, because we used Ylopo and HomeBot and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of cool tech out there to do all this stuff. But if someone's on a big time budget, if your MLS allows it, you can actually set up like a radius around their house and then just put in, basic parameters of how many beds, how many baths, the type of house. And then you could just update them that and make the subject line homes that just sold in your neighborhood that are like yours, or recent comps that might impact your value. And that's an easy way to do it. That's free. So
Yeah.
there's so many ways around it, especially if you have a low budget. But, as long as you come up with a game plan, like you said, it can definitely be done.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So Tierny, you want to add anything extra before we wrap it up?
Yeah. So just get on the video. Video is the secret weapon. That will create so much more opportunity for you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out video that you go into the studio. People are liking to digest more short form, video. So you don't have to tell somebody, for example, how to stage their entire house. You can start with the entryway. Like, this is how you prepare your entryway for a showing. And you can do a short video on that. And then say, this is how you prepare your kitchen. And just short form, very casual video is acceptable now. People prefer that, opposed to you being in a suit with all these lights and staged, because people do business with people they like, know, and trust. So if they can feel your energy, they can feel what type of person you are in your videos, you're yourself, you're not anything different. You're going to have more of an opportunity to be able to do business with them in the future.
Yeah, it feels much more natural. And like you said, the shorts are a big, big thing that's up and coming. And I feel like a lot of the algorithms are even promoting those more than the long form content.
And go live. Too.
Live. Yeah, lives are good. Lives are really good.
Like this thing out there, like, what the heck's going to happen on a live, So, and the algorithms are like pushing the lives out there. So if you can get on and go live and just share about your marketplace. If you're not comfortable doing other markets, do the one that you live in, that you know exactly what's going on in.
That's awesome. That is really good. So yeah, I agree 100%. The video content, it's only going to get better and better. And it's leverage too, and it's scale, because this stuff lives on the internet while you're out doing your business.
Yes.
And that machine just keeps working for you and working for you. And, like you said, in other videos we did, and also in this video, it leverages everything. It helps you scale. So that's awesome. So Tierny, thanks for coming on. Definitely appreciate the knowledge and all the tips that you shared with us. And if you have more questions for Tierny, definitely drop it in the comment section below. She'll do everything she can to get back to you. And if you like this kind of content for real estate entrepreneurs, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.